Avalon Pending. This is Avalon Pending.
Alright, hello and welcome to Avalon Pending News. Today we're going to be talking about some Linux security hacks, Star Citizen blowing past $100 million, and a budget bill that's going to fuck us all over.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Josh.
All right, so let's get started with bad news, and we'll work into good news, and then work back into bad news.
Should go with the bad, like how we like to do it.
So Linux, which isn't probably terribly important for a lot of people, but there's a lot of things that use Linux that you don't realize.
Yeah. Well, there's tons of things that use it, but at the same time, this is more focused on Ubuntu issues where if you press the backspace button 28 times, it will get past the login screen and go into a grub rescue shell. Called, which is basically opening up your console, and you have access to everything at that point.
Pretty much you can do any commands that you normally wouldn't be allowed to do.
It's not a real big cyber threat because the hacker would have to be directly at your machine to do this, but a pissed off, spiteful girlfriend looking for cheating emails would be able to get in. So I'd recommend doing the updates. Ubuntu, Red Hat, and Debian have already released patches for it.
Mm-hmm.
So get on that shit because it's just probably a simple bug that came out with the latest kernel update or whatnot.
Right. And this was found out by some researchers, some college or something, I guess.
And for all we know, this could have been around for quite some time because nobody's going to hit backspace 28 times. Were they having a seizure or something?
No, they were probably running a whole bunch of things through a computer program to just see what would happen.
Yeah.
Now keep in mind that it's not just on Ubuntu, Red Hat, and Debian. It's any Linux distribution that uses grub2 bootloader.
Yeah,
any Linux distribution that uses that. Yeah, I don't. Does Android use that? Because Android is based off of a Linux build.
I don't think it uses grub2. I think grub2. I could be wrong, but I think.
Although
grub2
you can't hit delete or you can't hit backspace 20 times.
I think grub2 specifically for PC or not. Yeah, PC operating an operating system for a PC. But it's just about everything uses grub2 bootloader.
Yes.
So update when you can.
Yep, and then because I think they almost immediately did patches the second the news came out, which is nice.
Right.
That the big ones.
The second they found out, they're like, "Oh shit, we gotta fix this right away."
It seems like an easy fix, right? Oh, let's make it so after 28 times it doesn't do this. And
now it does it 29 times. God,
oh crap! Oh no! You just fix one problem and then the next problem comes. Then
it's probably just going to turn into a whole security outbreak, and it's just Linux is done. Wouldn't that be some shit?
Yeah.
That's just speculation, obviously.
So let's go ahead and talk about Star Citizen.
Oh yeah, they broke 100 million. Pretty sure it says.
100 million in funding.
They're the biggest crowd-funded game in history.
Yes.
Biggest game in size, but amount of funding.
No, but it's up there. It's number 8 in biggest amounts produced video game out of the big name stuff.
Game. I mean, Steve and I are both really looking forward to this, but so are tons of other people. I mean, it averages out to what, $80 a backer?
$80 per person because it's a little over 1 million something backers, and then because 100 million, give or take around $80.
Yeah, around
$80
a person. But I've seen on plenty of forums and plenty of people bragging about being in the $100,000 club. And $10,000.
$10,000 club, yeah.
Club's a little steep. And then there's packages for $15,000. So if you want to spend the money and not waste your money, but if you want to dump some money into something, this is a good place to go if you don't want a tax write-off.
Yep.
But I mean, there's people that like this shit.
Yep.
This is their passion. They've been wanting this since earlier Chris Roberts games, earlier everybody games. This is the space sim people have been waiting for.
Now, to keep a good idea on the scale that we're at, I think from what I was reading, GTA 5's budget was 200 million, and GTA 4's budget was 100 million. So the game is on that kind of scale. It's these huge games.
It's probably even more. I mean, the technical side, they had to rewrite the whole Cry engine just to make things bigger. So it's hard to say the scale because nobody's made a game this big before.
Right, but at least how much money they have gives you an idea on what the scale is. Yeah.
I mean, with Alpha 2 releasing, there's plenty of people that are getting to test out what this game is.
Because now we can actually get into the game a little bit and
it actually feels like an early access game, even though it obviously is early access, but this is still alpha. This is second alpha.
Right.
It still feels really good. There's a lot of bugs, but that's because they're just testing.
Right, and it's
it's
right
open to
before the
anybody who
holidays,
backs,
so
yeah.
it's like, oh, hey, Alpha 2.0, okay, bye.
I think everybody's
So-
trying to push out content for the week of Star Wars.
Right.
Because Elite Dangerous did their update to their expansion.
Everyone wants to get that space stuff out there.
Star Citizen dropped their alpha, and it's just like, hey, everybody, they're all going to be talking about space. Let's push space games out farther than we can. And it's just, there's a lot of people making money off of Star Wars, and it's a good strategy. I mean, hell, I'm pretty sure even the Star Trek trailer is going to be in front of Star Wars. But
No, the Star Wars trailer is going to be in front of the Star Trek movie.
I thought it was the other way around. Oh,
No. Oh, because, we only have one trailer for Star Trek, so that's why it's not, otherwise, I think that's all there is about Star Citizen, the Alpha 2.0.
If you're interested, check it out, honestly.
Yeah.
It's
or if you have it
deal.
and you haven't downloaded it in a while because there's nothing to do, now's
It's
the
gotten
time to
a lot
download.
better,
Yeah.
If you have it, you've been watching.
Yep.
All right, now a budget bill that kind of screwed us over pretty bad.
Now, this isn't now keep in mind, this sounds boring, because it is boring. It's fucking boring as shit. But it's important, because in the budget bill, they snuck in CISA, which is something that we fought off before. Google, Amazon, all the big leagues went out and said, no, we're not having that as law.
Yep.
But they snuck it into this budget bill, which is kind of important, because otherwise the government would shut down. So, unfortunately, it was forced to go through, and it is now in there.
Yeah, it was kind of shady way of dropping it.
Right.
And being the shady way they dropped it, there's been a lot of things taken out of it. Provision to that require personal information be scrubbed from cybersecurity reports has been missing, so they don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah,
so they can just
keep
log
the data as long as they want.
all the
or
data
up to
as
their
long as they
discretion.
want.
Right.
And people already think the NSA is shady as shit.
Well, they are.
Yeah.
It's the NSA. Like,
they have to be.
Yeah, they're a spy agency. Of course, they're shady.
They have to be, but at the same time, I feel like we don't need to be surveilling all of our internet. I mean, there should be like red flag things that pop up,
right?
Like drop into the deep web. All right, let's watch this guy.
Yep.
But
drop into the deep and watch. Yeah, things that you think they actually should be good at, but for whatever reason aren't.
Yeah. It's just it's making people even more paranoid.
Yep.
So
and of course, I think there's a lot of things they tried to do to try to hide it too. It wasn't just the budget, but they also like upped NASA's budget by like 10 billion or something, or 100 or 1 billion or some number like that. But NASA hasn't gotten a big of a budget increase like this in a long time.
Right.
So I think they're kind of trying to do some other things to sneak in the CISA thing and be like, oh, hey, look, you don't see nothing here. There's nothing behind the curtain.
Exactly. It's just like, it's smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Make them watch this hand while we do the trick with this hand.
Now, this doesn't give them, permission to take all the data from people as they want. It gives them permission for the people who already have that data to share it with them openly.
Right.
Which means if, like, Comcast wanted to make a deal with the government and be like, oh, if you give us some, relief on our taxes or whatever, we'll give you access to our data, which is pretty much all the data.
Yeah, or Bright House or whoever the hell you have. It's just cybersecurity. Oh, we got the list. Here you go.
Yes, so it opens it up to it's not a good thing. Yeah. We fought it off so many times before, and they snuck it in like a bunch of assholes, and here it is.
And now the world's
the internet
pissed.
is the internet's super pissed.
But they might take it back.
Yeah, well, it would take a lot for them to take it back, but who knows? I mean, we were able to stop it before. And
it's a shame they can't just be like, "Shit, you caught us. Here, we're gonna put it away now." Sorry.
So that was our news of the week.
It's our big news.
Big news of the week. We'll see you next time on whatever video we end up doing next.
Yep. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.
Spray, the founder and the flaunder of Bitcoin, and EA creates an esports division.
Ooh. So we're going to start with the Google needle-free hypo spray. So I'm here, Steve, and Brian.